G'day everyone, how's it going? In this video, I want to show you the importance of a 3-point lighting setup and what that does, how it can take an image that you're looking at right now, which is literally just the room lights on, and turn it into something like this. So let me start by putting on the first light setup, which is just literally a front light. Now I'm also going to switch out the lighting above. So I'm just going to literally go to one front on softbox, and then we can see how the scene changes. All right, so now you're seeing me just with one softbox in front of me here with the lights on in this room. There was a lot more light. Now I've just got one single bulb in a 5 bulb softbox. I'll link a video above I did on this lighting that I use, and now it's just one bulb right off to my side here, and this is the image you're seeing. Now obviously there's a problem, or there's some problems still with this image. It looks better than the first image. Remember, if I go back, that's the first image, and now we're back to this image. So if you see, the first image had some kind of issues with shadow on my face and shadow down here. It didn't have a nice depth or a fill on my face. So there were some problems with that. But with this image now, there's still some problems. I'm not super separated from the background. There's not a lot of depth in the shot, although there is room and depth behind me. You can't really notice that. And also I get very, very dark off to the side of my face over here. So I'm gonna add another light now, and I'm gonna come back and show you how that next light setup is making this shot look better. All right, so now with exactly the same settings on the camera, I've added a fill light, and I'll just flick that off quickly so you can see what that does. It fills out the scene quite nicely, and that's with it on. So you can see that it's taken that dramatic look and made it feel more natural, but still there's still something missing behind. So now I'm gonna add in a hair light, which will literally be back behind me here, and just giving a little bit of separation on this side from the scene. This softbox here in front of me already gives me a bit of separation, but I have some lights behind that I'm going to use in this scene as well to create a bit more of a look and just have something pop in the background. So I don't really need a hair light on this side to separate me very much. So I'm just going to separate myself a little bit on that side, and then I'm going to turn on these lights. So let's go to that one. So this is now with the hair light on, and it's just to separate me a little bit from the background and give me a little bit of pop in the frame. So it just increases the definition of this line here, and you can see there's some light, shining sort of on my hand here from this area. Let me just go straight to the fill, and so this is now just hair light behind and the key light, and now I'll add the fill. So this is now key light, fill light, hair light, and now I'm going to add in the, take out the key light. So that is just showing you a little bit of fill still. I'll leave that in there, but that's just showing you what this hair light is creating here, this definition, a little bit of definition here. Maybe it's a little bit much. I've got 2 bulbs on there, but I don't have room to move that back. But I might move that back if I'm lighting a subject, just to take away a little bit too much of the exposure. It's not overexposed, but it's a little bit too much there. But as soon as I add in the key light, you'll see now the scene pops. Now the one final thing I'm going to do with this scene is I'm going to add in my feature lighting behind here. So let me do that, and then I'll come back to you. So there it is, the last little piece of the puzzle is this kind of feature light behind, which is a tungsten, whereas everything else I've got is a white 5500 Kelvin. This light here is more of a warmer Kelvin, warmer tone. So you're getting this difference of lighting. Also here, I've got more of a bluer tone than these two lights. So you're getting a little bit of light differentiation across the back of my frame, a little bit of light gradient, which gives you this good overall look and feel to the footage. So from this to this. So there you have it, you guys. This is how a 3-point light, an interview scenario. This is a way you can get the lighting to look exactly like you want. And I can shape this. This is just a kind of quick setup, but I can shape this in any way I want. I can get it to look much more dramatic, more of a dramatic scene. I can also tone down or even turn off my hair light. Take off my hair light for even more drama, and just having the fill and the background light. This is kind of like my YouTube lighting setup. But then if I want to go more corporate, higher end, then I bring in the fill light. And this is more of a flat look to the overall image. And then I can add the hair light as a final step to let my body pop in the frame and look a bit more crisp. So hope that speaks to you guys. Hope it helped you guys. Hope it can give you some ideas on how to do your lighting setups. And I asked in my previous video, which I'll link above, about the softboxes I use, and the question, do you need an expensive light to create good lighting setups? My take is, it's great to have those expensive items and to go and purchase, say, an Aperture 120D or 3 Fresnels, or more expensive lighting kits. But you can also do it with this kit. The lights I'm using here literally cost me $25 to get these lights. I got them secondhand, and they're simple softboxes. And if you have a look at that video, in that video I asked the question, what is it that you like to do with your lighting setups? How do you make it more creative, and how do you set your lighting for your videos? Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And thanks so much for watching the content, watching my videos. 2019, I'm so excited about it. It's gonna be an incredible year. All right, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.